Hey guys, it's Gita. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in today. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the Makeup Monsters Cosmetics liquid lipsticks, or at least the ones that I own and have tried. I own 4 of the shades, so I have some lip swatches for you guys, and then I'm going to be talking about them, how I've tested them, what I've done, what I think of the formula, what I think of the colors, all that good stuff. I have a hard time finding people who review liquid lipsticks the way that I want liquid lipsticks to be reviewed. And I don't know if that makes sense. Liquid lipsticks are one of those things that my standards are a lot higher than I guess what other people's standards are. Combined with the fact that everyone has different body chemistry and products work differently for different people. So for example, you know, a liquid lipstick that wears off when I eat something might stay on someone else's lips a bit better depending on their skin and all that. But that being said, I feel like some people exaggerate how good some liquid lipsticks are, or they'll review a liquid lipstick and they're like, I drank water out of a straw and I ate my food like, and I don't do that. Like when I test a liquid lipstick, I test it to its fullest ability, meaning I will not change how I go about my day. I'll go about my day as I would always, and beyond that, I almost go out of my way to try to test the limits of that product. So I might eat something oily, not touch up and not reapply and see what happens. You know, does it stay on my lips? Does it come off of my lips? I'm comparing this to many other formulas that I've tried. I think at this point I've got 13 or 14 different brands of liquid lipsticks that I own, that I have tried, that I've worn, so I'm comparing it against all of those. So based on my, you know, limited range of knowledge with the brands that I have tried, that's what I'm basing it off of. It's so funny, I used to be able to see myself in my little flip screen for my camera, but my vision is getting so bad that when I'm not wearing my glasses, I can't see anything. These are my glasses, I actually love my glasses. I don't obviously wear them to film. I just went in for an eye appointment recently, and my eyes have gotten worse since this prescription, so I actually need to get my glasses replaced. But I'm getting so nearsighted that I can't even now see things that are, my camera's like 2 feet away from me and I can't even like make out the, it's getting bad. Anyway, on to the lipsticks. I will just quickly tell you guys about the brand Makeup Monsters, but they are a small independent cosmetics company based out of Washington State. Had heard about them through social media probably like a year ago. So they are a newer company. They have a line of liquid lipsticks. I don't know that they have any other products. They are primarily, or they might be only, just their liquid lipsticks. They have a phenomenal color range, which I so appreciate, and I think that for an indie company as small as they are, they have done a really excellent job with great packaging, great applicator, you know, great range of colors, lots of variety, and I did find that these were pretty consistent from one shade to the next, meaning that the formula felt similar to apply across all of the shades, and they all wore pretty similarly. We have Backlash, which is this teal color. Then I have Wipeout, which is this blue. Titan, which is a purple but almost looks like a navy blue when applied. It's a very, very deep color. And then Redwood, which is this reddish brown, and that is what I have on my lips right now. And the first thing I can say is that the formula is very, very thin and liquidy. Some people like that and some people don't. These actually had a very similar feeling, how liquidy they are. They actually felt very similar to the ColourPop liquid lipsticks, but they are better than the ColourPop liquid lipsticks. At least the ColourPop liquid lipsticks that I've tried, these are better. So that just, again, based on my experience. This color, Redwood, was the first one I tried. I picked these up, they had a Black Friday sale. So I got these like the first week in December, and it is now towards, it's almost the last week of January. So I've had these for about 6 or 7 weeks. I wanted to actually review them sooner, but the good thing is at this point I have had the ability to actually wear each of these multiple times in different scenarios and really be able to test them to their limits. The first night that I wore this, I was like, okay, let me wear it out so I can really test and see how it works. So I actually went to a bachelorette party and wore this. I did pair it with a lip liner. I can't remember which one I used, but I think it was maybe MAC Burgundy, and I just did lip liner around the edges of my lips. I didn't do all over, which I'll talk about that later, that I think that helps. I just did lip liner on the edges, blended with a lip brush, and then I put the liquid lipstick on. So we went out to dinner and then to a bar. At dinner, it was like a steak place, and I ordered like a barbecue pork sandwich, like a pulled sandwich or whatever. So so I guess what I could have done is I could have cut it up with a fork and knife and very carefully put it in my mouth, but I didn't. The way I normally eat a sandwich is to just cut it in half, and I pick up half and I just kind of shovel it into my pie hole. So that's what I did. I just picked up the sandwich, ate the sandwich. After dinner, I went into the bathroom and the lipstick had just traveled all the way outside of my lips. So this red color was like all the way outside here. So I can tell you that this particular color did not hold up to oily food, which, to be fair, they do not claim that their lipsticks will hold up to every type of oily food out there. This didn't like not live up to the claims, if that makes sense. They don't claim that this can withstand anything. You know, that's just how I like to test them. So I went into the bathroom. I ended up just wiping it off my lips because I didn't want to wear it for the rest of the night. I was like, if it can't stay inside my lip line, it's not going to stay inside of my lip line for the next several hours when I'm drinking and whatnot. So I ended up just taking the whole thing off, which was fine. I just kind of scrubbed it off, which in retrospect, now when I go out wearing a liquid lipstick, especially when I'm testing, it's a great idea to bring a makeup wipe or even bring a little bit of coconut oil, something that you can scrub it off with, because if you take it off and you just are using water, it's very hard to remove with just water. You really need an oil-based remover. So I'm sitting there like scrubbing it off my lips, trying to get it all off, and it was kind of messy. But anyway, so this one, I was a little bit disappointed with the wear time. However, when I have worn it just out and about, eating and drinking in a more careful manner, it has done just fine. The second one that I tried was a Backlash. Actually, I tried Backlash first, I think. So Backlash, I just put on, let it dry, and then I just was at home, so I didn't go out wearing this. I was just at home. I wanted to see how it wore. I ate a bowl of soup, was like the first thing I ate, and I feel like soup is like pretty tame because soup you can kind of just very carefully open your mouth, and you know, you really don't have to drip it all over the place. So it's a one that I think if a liquid lipstick you can't eat soup with it. Like, to me, it's just like, it's not gonna put up with anything. So anyway, I was just eating soup. It did pretty well. It did wear off just in the center of my lip, so right there, right there. But otherwise, it did not transfer outside of the edges of my lips, and it wore nicely for the rest of the night. So I probably had it on for about 7 to 8 hours total, and beyond having it worn off, it did pretty well. I did go ahead and reapply it. So because these are like kind of thin and liquidy, they're actually pretty easy to reapply. So you can get just a very small amount of product and just dot that on the center of my lips, and I went ahead and did that. I reapplied it to the center of my lips, and it was okay to reapply. It kind of blended in with the rest of it. It didn't look patchy or anything like that. So that is a pro. Among the cons, I guess that's a pro, that you can layer these if you want to reapply, and they do layer nicely. You'll get a little more opacity out of some of the colors with 2 layers, so you can apply 2 layers and they do okay. But for the purposes of like testing them, I really just wanted to mostly just put 1 layer, so I really could just see how 1 layer of the product did. Okay, so I've talked about those 2. Titan actually did the best out of all of them, so that was cool because I actually really love this color. So when you look at this in the tube, to me this looks like a very deep purple, but in actuality when you apply it, it's like a navy blue. I posted a picture on Instagram recently. I did like a green glittery eye, and I wore this lipstick, and it really looked like a navy blue. Now, I don't know if that's just my skin tone. I'm very fair, obviously. My skin is also very cool toned, so I'm wondering if maybe this purple just pulled more blue on me because that's just kind of what my skin does. So I can't speak to for certain on other people if this would look more purple or more blue, but I felt what I anticipated this color to be was a deep saturated purple, and what I felt this color was on my lips was a deep navy blue, which I am 100% fine with because in honesty I've always wanted a navy blue color that I loved, and I do love this color. I actually paired it that day with MAC Night Moth liner, and I was thinking because Night Moth is like a deep purple color, I was thinking it would help this to pull more purple because that's a really purple lip liner. And I actually took Night Moth and put it all over my lips, not just the edges, but all over my lips, topped with this, and it still looked really navy blue on me, which I loved. So I wore this out to a bar. and had some drinks, ate some food, and this one actually did really, really nicely. So I would say having the lip liner all over the lips, not just the edges, but all over the lips, and topping with a layer of the liquid lipstick does help them to wear better. So I had a better experience with this one than any of the other ones that I've tried yet. I'm a huge fan of this color, so this is probably my favorite of the bunch. And I will say that if I continue to test the others with lip liner all over the lips, the problem is I just don't have lip liners that match. I don't have lip liners that match these ones at all. I could probably do an eyeliner on the lips, but again, I don't even have an eyeliner that's probably a close enough match to really pair with these. Definite success with this one. I ate fries with it. I kind of just, you know, I ate the fries like I normally would, just put them in my mouth, and I didn't like one fry at a time, no, like 4 fries at a time. So this one actually held up really, really nicely. Again, a tiny bit of wear off in the center of the lips, nothing major, nothing that I couldn't have reapplied over, so I really enjoyed this one. The last one is Wipeout, and not last but not least, I would say, but this one, just in terms of opacity when you first apply the lipstick, this kind of does need 2 layers for like full opacity. So this one was another one that I kind of just tested wearing around the house. I didn't really put this one through the ringer yet, so I can't say whether this particular one would hold up well to oily food, because I really didn't eat any oily food while I was doing it. It kind of just did what Backlash did, you know, with drinking and things like that, where it just wear off in the center. But it totally makes sense, in honesty, that a liquid lipstick would wear off a little bit in the center, because if you think about it, even if you're drinking liquids through a straw, all of that motion and everything is going right in the center of your lips. So I understand that that's going to happen, and I'm not upset that that happened or anything. This one also reapplied nicely, but this is a really lovely royal blue color. If you're in the market for a color like this, I do think that it's unique. I haven't seen this one swatched next to Blue Velvet by Jeffree Star. I would imagine that they're similar. I don't know if I like this formula more or less than the Jeffree Star formula. I feel they are just 2 different formulas. The Jeffree Star formula is very creamy. This one's very liquidy. These lipsticks retail for $15.95, so basically they're $16 each. I did get them on sale on Black Friday, so I paid $12 each for them. They do have a flat shipping charge, I think, of $4.99, so I got the 4 lipsticks. Basically it was $48 plus the shipping, so it was like about $53 for the 4 of them, which I thought was a really excellent value. Price-wise, that's significantly cheaper than most of the other liquid lipsticks that I own. So the cons obviously are that these are not completely bulletproof liquid lipsticks. They are not going to hold up to everything that you are going to eat and drink. They will hold up nicely if you are a little bit more careful with them, and also if you do have a lip liner that you can put all over the lips before application. Also, of course, you want to make sure that your lips are completely dry when you apply, so you do not want anything waxy or slippery underneath, like a balm or anything that would cause them to move even more. So I do like them. They're not my favorite. They're not the best formula that I've tried, but they're not the worst formula that I've tried. If I had to rate them on like a scale of 1 to 10, I would say they are about a 7.5. So my favorite liquid lipsticks are up here at like a 9, 9.5, and the worst ones I've ever tried are like a 4, 3 or a 4. So these are kind of in that mid-range. They're not bad. They're not the best, but they are good. And one of the things that I love about this company, well, obviously it's a small company, it's an independent company, and I also think it's really cool to support those types of brands. They are a cruelty-free brand, and I believe they're vegan. Let me check to make sure. Okay, I just checked on their Instagram. I wanted to make sure they were vegan as well as cruelty-free, so they are both. So I think that's really wonderful as well. If you seek out and intentionally buy cruelty-free brands, which I think we could all do more of, it's just one of those things. I think it's a good thing to support. So if you like vegan and cruelty-free cosmetics, this is both. So would I purchase more? If they had any colors that just jumped out at me, colors that I couldn't find in other lines or that I really wanted, yes, I would definitely purchase from them again. Oh, I kind of forgot to share just like one final tidbit. I actually love the packaging. The applicator is super easy to work with and get a sharp line without using lip liner, and these are super sturdy. I just dropped like 3 of these on the floor just now, and I have tile floor in here, and they're perfectly fine. So they have a really thick plastic coating around the edge. They do not leak or anything. These are perfectly fine to throw in your purse and leave in there when you go out, which I think is great and another selling point. So Alright guys, that is my thoughts on these. If you have any suggestions for other videos, leave those in the comments below, and I will look forward to seeing you guys in my next video.